Hello everyone, welcome to UGC Net Commerce Part 1 Certificate Course. Today we will be discussing about business environment. What is this business environment? The business environment is a combination of two words, that is business and environment. First we'll try to understand what is the meaning of business, then we'll try to understand the meaning of environment. The business word represents the organized effort of enterprises to supply consumer with goods and services. Whatever the effort an organization is going to put or an enterprise is going to put to supply goods and services to the consumers in an organized way, that's called businesses. Now we might have understood the definitions of business or business studies in our first PUC while learning the paper called business studies. So business is nothing but it's an organized effort of enterprises to supply goods and services to its customers. What is the meaning of environment? Environment is nothing but environment word refers to all the factors which have a bearing on the functioning of businesses, and that means whatever the factors, whatever the influences that is going to influence the business, whatever the factor that is going to induce businesses or that is going to impact the businesses are called, or where the business is functioning, that is called environment. So it is obvious fact that the business cannot operate independently. It means business is always dependent on its environment. That means it is the influence and pressures exerted by the external factors on the businesses. That means business environment means whatever the factors that are going to influence or that are going to pressurize the businesses to operate in an internal and external way, those aspects are called businesses. Let's understand the meaning of business environment from the definitions. The first definition says the environment of business consists of all this external thing to which it is exposed and by which it may be influenced directly or indirectly. That means the environment of business or business environment is nothing but it consists all those external things or factors which through which to which the business is exposed. Obviously when a business is operating in an environment, it will be exposed to certain aspects, certain factors, and how these factors are going to influence and which will be influenced by certain factors directly or indirectly. That means business environment is nothing but as business is exposed to certain factors in the businesses and how these factors are going to influence the businesses, that is called the business environment. Then there is one more definition by Dr. M.S. Swaminathan related to the business environment, and he says a good environment is good business, and he has the opinion that suppose if a business environment is good, obviously the business also will be in a better condition. That means if the environment is worse, even the business that is going to have an adverse impact on the business, and that will be a sort of negative impact on the businesses. That means business environment has some sort of significant relationship with the businesses. Suppose if the business's environment is good, it will have a positive impact on the business. Now we'll try to understand what are the types of environment. The first environment is internal environment. What is internal environment? Internal environment is nothing but all the factors within an organization which impart strength or cause weakness of a strategic nature. Whatever the factors which is within the organization which is going to cause or give some sort of strength to the business in a strategic way, those factors are called internal environment. We'll try to understand what are the factors which is going to consist, which is going to cover under the internal environment. The first aspect is the financial capability. What do you mean by financial capability? We need to understand the financial capability from different aspects. The financial capability may include availability of the fund, how fund is going, how the business is going to get the fund, even the usage of fund, how the business is going to use the fund, even the management of fund, how the business is going to manage the fund, whether the company is in a better condition to manage its financial aspects. That is the first factors in the internal environment. The next aspects in the internal environment is marketing capability. It might be related to the pricing policy, it might be related to the sales promotion, or it might be related to the distribution of the products. The business need to have a strong market capability. Suppose if the business market capability conditions or any sort of aspects which is a part of marketing capabilities are good, business can be successful. Suppose if a business fails in terms of marketing aspects, obviously it has a adverse impact on the financial viability of the business as well. The next aspect is in terms of operational capability. Business will be operating in a particular condition. It will be influenced by certain factors like the production of product and services. It can be location of business. It can be layout. These factors has some sort of influence on the business environment. These factor has some sort of positive or negative impact on the business. Suppose the business is not ideally located, it may have a adverse impact on the business operations. That is also one of the aspects that we are trying to understand. The next aspect is general manager's capability. The general manager's capability includes coordination and direction, strategic management system. The business need to have a very strong and viable the management system. Suppose if business is not in a condition to manage its business effectively, it has an adverse impact on the business. Next is personal capability. What is the strength of its human resource management? How does the business operates in the what is the role of HR development, and how the business is using its human resources, and what are the characteristics of its employees? All those factors are going to play a crucial role in the internal environment. That means the internal environment has a crucial role in the strength and weakness of a business. The next aspect is in terms of external environment. What is this external environment? External environment is nothing but it is all the factors outside the organization which provides opportunities to impose a threat to whole organization. The internal factors are like a strength and weaknesses, whereas external factors are like opportunities and threats. We can, instead of using the word threat, we can use the word challenges. We might have understood the SWOT analysis. In the SWOT analysis or SWOT analysis, the internal factors are related to strengths and weaknesses. External factors related to opportunities and threats or challenges. What are the external factors are there which have an influence on the businesses, which can become an opportunity or a threat or a challenge for the businesses? The first aspect is in terms of social environment. Social environment includes from the education level of the people. Suppose if the people are more educated, there might be a chance of demanding more sort of product quality. Those chances are also there. Even the family and marriage, it has social environment also has a influence on the business environment. Even the values and ethics in businesses, it can be social audit or awareness about a particular product. This role plays a very crucial role in the business environment. Next aspect is the economic environment. It can be related to the growth strategy, it can be related to the industrialization, it can be related to the agriculture sector or transportation. Suppose if the economic environment are having a good infrastructure, it may have some sort of positive impact on the business. The next aspect is marketing environment. What do you mean by marketing environment? Marketing environment is nothing but it can be the buying behavior of the people, it can be the design of the product. It can be people's fashion sense, or it can be the marketing channels. The marketing, suppose if the marketing channels are good, or if the supply chain management is happening effectively, that may have some sort of positive or negative impact on the business. Suppose if supply chain is effective, it may have a positive influence. Suppose if supply chain or the marketing channels are not effective, it might have a negative impact on the business. Next aspect is technological environment. Suppose if in an environment, if the rapid changes are happening in the business technological environment, that has a influence on the business. It can be cost of acquiring the technology. Suppose if the cost of acquiring technology is too high, it might be really a negative impact for the business. It might cause a threat for some of the firms. Then next aspect is the political environment. The political environment is a combination of social, economic, marketing and technological environment. Whatever the political policies the government or any sort of authorities are going to bring, which has some sort of influence on all factors. Because of political environment, it can impact the social environment. It can, because the political policy, it might influence the economic environment. Because of the liberalization or privatization change which has happened in India, it has influenced our life in most of the aspect. It has influenced our social aspects. It has influenced the Indian economic development. It has influenced the marketing environment of India. Even it has influenced technological environment in India. So next aspect is regulatory environment. What do you mean by regulatory environment? Regulatory environment is nothing but, it is simply constitutional framework. How does the business is regulated? It can be related to the constitutional principles or any sort of practices or policy the government is trying to implement. All those factors have a positive or negative impact on the business. Suppose if it is positive, business can use it as an opportunity. Suppose if it has any sort of net adverse impact, it might become a threat to the whole organization. So in this context, both internal factors as well as external factors are very very crucial for all the businesses. That means the business, in the business environment, a business need to understand what are its strengths and weaknesses, what are its opportunities and threats from the environmental perspective. Suppose if a business is in a condition to understand, or business is in a viable position to understand its environment properly, it can become a successful organization. That means success of a business organization is always in understanding the business environment effectively. Thank you so much.